Hi, welcome to the 9 elements of a sale. Now, we all think we know what a sale is made up of. You need a customer, a product, and a good line in patter, and there you go. But there is a little bit more to it than that, and I have found over the years it's worth taking a few minutes just to go through the basics so that we're all on the same page. So, let's go through the 9 components to a sale that get you from a blank sheet of paper to a signed contract. First of all, you need a person with a problem. Now, it's entirely possible to find a person who doesn't realise they have a problem until they meet you, but whether they know it or not, they still have to have a problem, otherwise you can't add any value to their lives. You add value through your product or service and the way in which you sell and deliver it. Next, the logic of buying your product combines with the emotion you generate around the product to create a preference within the prospective customer. It makes sense to buy it, but then nobody ever bought anything just because it makes sense. It has to feel right too, or worst case scenario, it has to not feel wrong. So you have a person who recognises they have a problem that you can solve, and it makes sense to pay you to solve it for them. So if they have the money and the authority to spend that money, then you have all the necessary prerequisites of a sale. You don't actually have a qualified sale until your own organisation has looked at the deal and decided that it makes sense for them too. I have actually had more deals turned down by my own organisation than by potential clients, because they didn't pass the tests of profitability, financial security, strategic fit, you name it. Some sales prevention department somewhere found a way to object to it. The elements most people forget about are the emotions around a sale and the fact that the sale has to qualify within your own company so it makes sense for you to do the business. Emotions are what drives even the most tightly controlled procurement exercise, because ultimately someone has to press the go button, and that person is as emotionally dependent as any other person on the planet. If they don't feel comfortable with the deal, they'll find some logical reasons to delay it. And if they do feel comfortable, they will also find logical reasons to just get on with it. I've seen immense procurement spreadsheets full of tick boxes and graduated scoring tools set aside by the fact that the CEO used to go sailing with the supplier's brother. The trust was there, the emotions were right. So, how do you generate an emotional response to your product or service? Well, asking questions about where your prospect is having pain and then telling them all about your wonderful features and benefits doesn't actually add any real value for them. At best, it will be of some intellectual interest to them, and at worst, it will just look like you're giving them that sales patter again. Where you can grab their attention and their emotions is by telling them stories that resonate with their situation, demonstrating skills you have or can access that can address their situation, and helping them to create meaning from their situation. This means giving them the reasons why they need to solve their problems, and also why they need to do it now. A potential client without a sense of urgency is like a parcel without an address. It may have all the right contents, but it's going nowhere. You have multiple views of the insights required to see their way through their problems into the sunny uplands of your solutions. Start to collect these and use them as a palette to paint pictures for your clients that show where they are, why they need to move away from there urgently, where they need to go next, and the beautiful place they can get to in the end. Emotions are derived from helping them to create a clear picture in their own mind of their burning platform, their logical next step, their route to freedom, and their ultimate victory. We cover this in detail in the problem section of the House of Sales, where we define value in a little more detail. Bear in mind that in B2B sales, everything is multiplied by 6 or 7, or however many stakeholders there are in the company. These stakeholders all interact with each other and have relationships based on their history, departmental importance and function, and they also have their own various personality traits. And that's why complex sales are small projects in themselves. And throughout this course, I refer to the sell as a project. It's got multiple tasks, multiple work streams, and needs to be executed by a small team with sufficient authority and capability to see it through to completion like any other project. So, there is a simple but crystal clear definition of what constitutes a sale. Let's move on to how to find them and how to win them.